Hi everyone. I'm popping in. I've been really wanting to do a live, but as always, I only have as much time as my son Julian will give me. Okay, so today, hopefully a lot of you start popping on, but today I want to cover why you need to keep watching videos, why you may be exercising and not losing weight, how to compensate when you feel like you overate or saw weight gain, and healthier habits and a mindset for outings and social events. Okay, so I'll try to get through everything. Hi, everyone. Okay, so let's start with, I got to see the data, and a lot of you and your challengers are watching the first 15 videos, but then it starts to fall off a bit. And not as many people are watching emotional eating. Not as many people are watching the travel video and the social events video. Even if you're not going to social events, even if you're not an emotional eater, even if you're not traveling, you should watch those videos, especially as a coach, because so many people you know are dealing with those things. But for yourselves, you should really watch those videos because, for instance, in the travel video, I talk about my push-off method, which is one of my favorite methods and tricks and tips for weight loss and for dealing with an everyday situation, but I happen to put it in the travel video. But that concept is something that can be applied to every day, whether you're traveling or not. So even within the recipe videos, you might be thinking, oh, I don't like salmon. I don't want to make that recipe. I don't want to watch that video. In that video, first of all, I show you how to roast peppers and asparagus. That's the same roasting technique I used for roasting mushrooms, roasting fennel, roasting every kind of vegetable on earth. So, and it makes every vegetable taste delicious. So I recommend you watch the salmon and roasted pepper and asparagus recipe. Even if you don't like any of those ingredients, that salmon recipe you can apply to chicken breast. You can apply to chicken on bone. You can apply to tilapia. You can apply to cod. You can apply to ham. And you can roast any vegetable in that way. And while I make these recipe videos, I'm even talking about mindset tips, and you see kind of how I tweak recipes and think about things for shorter cooking times, more seamless approach to eating healthy and losing weight. So please watch every video, even if you don't want to make those recipes, even if you don't think you're an emotional eater, even if you're not traveling, even if you don't know what Marshall model is, watch every video. And I get very frustrated when so many people are like, I'm frustrated, I want to lose more weight, I'm trying to lose more weight, and then I see the data of how many videos are being watched, and the answers to unlock every next 2 pound, 5 pound weight loss is in each subsequent video. So do not get frustrated with your current weight loss if you have not watched all 40 videos, and do not let your challengers and your customers and your clients get frustrated if they haven't watched every video, because there's only so much you and I can do if we're not putting the effort in, and people have to be putting in effort in order to be helped. So please, 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 please make a calendar, make it on your schedule today, this weekend, whatever it is, to get through every single video. And to every time a customer, a challenger, a client says, I'm annoyed, why didn't I lose more weight? I want to lose more weight. Why is it going up and down? Say, be honest with me. Have you watched every video? Even some of the recipe videos, if you don't think you're a cook. You got to watch these videos. You gotta be open to learning, and you got to keep watching them, because even within, even within the meatball recipe, I show you an amazing tip for making breadcrumbs that you can apply to breading chicken nuggets for your family. Like, you have to watch every video, because there's so many mindset, food, philosophical tips and strategies and tools to help unlock more weight loss with every single one. Okay, so that's first. And then also keep watching the videos, repeat watching the videos. And everyone I know personally who's doing really well is telling me they watched every single video, and they're also telling me that they rewatched a lot of videos. Like they rewatched emotional eating, they rewatched carbs, they rewatched accessories. Also, accessories, that video people are not watching enough. So a lot of people are watching the protein, the carbs, and the veggie video, but are not watching the accessory video. And the accessory video is super important because you are very likely not losing as much weight because you're over accessorizing, or you're using nuts and avocado and cheese, not the way it should be best approached for weight loss that you will uncover and discover in the video. So please, for your best weight loss, for your best success, for your best mindset, and for all your customers, clients, friends, and family, please, before you answer questions, before you let people get frustrated, just ask, have you watched all the videos? And you yourself, have you watched all the videos? Okay, so that's first and foremost. It's really important. You watch them all with full focus and attention. If your kid falls on your lap or you start scrolling on Instagram throughout it, restart it, replay it, and don't let the ADD get the best of you, and really focus on this because it's really worthwhile. Okay, so that was first and foremost. Michelle Cocotas, sorry if I mispronounced your name, but she watched them all and looked back at the lunch and dinner ideas. Great idea. Okay, so the next point I want to talk about is why you may be exercising and not losing weight. The time I hear people most frustrated with their weight loss is when they're exercising. So a lot of people will come into my office or write me online or whatever it is, and they'll say, I'm doing the hardest workout. I hired the most expensive trainer. I can't believe how much I'm sweating. I can't believe how hard my workout is, and I'm not losing weight. Here's how it works. Eating well with the 2B mindset takes focus and attention. It really takes focus and attention. And I really recommend you give it the focus and attention it requires in order to see your best self. And one of the best aspects of the 2B mindset is the more effort and focus you put into it, the more effortless it becomes. So if you're like started working out or started a really intense workout program at the same time and you feel like you can't get a grip on them both, I recommend pausing on the exercise, perhaps taking it down a notch so you can bring more focus onto this, and then slowly weave in the more intense workouts. So because you gotta, I mean, you also have your life, you have your job, you have your family, you have your kids, it's a lot. And this is one of those things, if you give it the time and attention it needs, you'll be able to do every workout in the future, and this will kind of be a seamless focus. But if you're not able right now to juggle both in a positive way and see the results you want, I recommend like either taking the workout from an hour a day to 40 minutes a day so you have more time to prep your vegetables for the week or go grocery shopping or bring down the intensity so you find that you're not overly hungry afterwards, but you got to play with the workout so you're still able to bring your focus onto this, and so you're still seeing the results you want. So for me, I personally find like I love to work out. I do enjoy it. Right now I'm postpartum, so I'm slowly getting my way there, but I find like I like to work out. I like to work out, try to get it in every day, but if I get in like 3 to 4 days, I'm really happy. Sometimes I'll be working out consistently, I won't see a weight loss. I feel like I'm overeating, so I take off a day. And for that hour that I segmented for exercise, instead I'll shower, I'll do my hair, I'll do something else. I'll take a longer bath, I'll do my makeup, I'll do something else that feels like self-care and rewarding in that personal time. And sometimes that day I lose more weight because it just calmed me down and it got me back into realizing how much I actually need to eat per day. And then I bring in workouts and I try not to make modifications. So for me personally, I really like to do workouts that don't make me feel so much hungrier that I can't stop eating, and that I find I overcompensate with food and I kind of undo my hard work in the exercise. So I really like to play that game. I do like to lift weights, but I find like it's the 2 to 3 pounders and more reps that do better for me than necessarily the heavy lifting, which tends to make me feel more hungry. But I'm always playing with it. So I've lost weight over a couple of years. My journey has gone with me. There was a point I did spinning. There was a point I did swimming. There was a point I did high intensity circuit training. There's a point I did boxing. There's a point I did just yoga. There's a point I did just bar. I'm always open to learning more and modifying as needed, but you have to be open to finding the right workout that's best for your mindset, best for your appetite and control, and best for your overall weight loss. Because if you are working out a lot and you want to lose fat and you want to lose weight, you want to make sure you're doing something that allows you to lose weight on the scale while you're toning and tightening. Because with the 2B mindset, you should be losing weight on the scale while you're working out too, if that's the goal. Because if it jiggles, that's still things that you want to get off and you want to be able to see. If the scale is staying the same, you're doing a lot of bulking exercises, you're going to attain a different body type. So it depends on what body type you're after. So you have to think, like, what body type am I after? If I'm looking for a bulkier, then you might want to do, then it might be okay that the scale's not going down, but you're staying consistent with the workout because that's the look you're going for, and that's fine. So you kind of just have to think, if you're looking for a leaner toned look, then you really want to be doing the 2B mindset and seeing a fat loss at the same time that you're maintaining your muscle mass and toning and tightening. So you have to find out the balance of which workout is going to get you the results you want. And I'm a big believer in finding a workout that you enjoy. It has to feel fun. Like when I finish a good yoga class, like I went to my first yoga class after having the baby, at the end, I just wanted to lay there and be like, oh my God, that was so good. Like, I don't want to get off my mat. I don't want to leave this room. I don't want to reality. I'm in bliss heaven. That felt amazing. And that felt enough of a treat that, like, just showering and getting, and just feeling that sense of calm and release and sweat, like, just is the reward. Versus if I do a super, like, intense spin class where the whole time they're telling you burn off that burger, it like makes me feel like I just want another burger, and then I find I do eat another burger, and then I don't lose weight, and it messes with my mindset. So I kind of posted a little bit about this on Instagram today, but you have to keep playing with which workout works best for you. If you're frustrated that you're not losing weight while you're doing something that does feel so intense and you're like, why am I not seeing the rewards? I recommend maybe just taking a day off, drinking more water that day, finding out what your base appetite is, and then doing the workout the next day and trying to keep them as similar as possible. Because it's very likely if you're doing something that feels too strenuous or intense or like torture, you feel like you need to reward yourself in another space, and likely you're doing it with food. So you want to find that balance, make sure you're not doing that. You're not overcompensating, and the workout itself feels like a reward. So you're treated by your shower, you're treated by that personal time, you're treated by that sweat release, and you don't have to make like these drastic changes to your eating plan. And that's why I like Lift 4 coming out, because I think it's great that Joel's program is 4 days a week, because I think that gives people a lot of really good information to see what's going on a non-workout day versus a workout day. So they're not like overclouded by feeling like they need to eat so much more necessarily all the time, and they'll be able to, readjust according to the day and keep it as consistent as possible. So that's my best tip for exercise. And my last best tip to lose weight while exercising, my number one best weight loss while exercising tip that I personally need to keep for myself is I do not leave the workout space until I finish at least 30 ounces of water. This is my rule. This has been my rule my whole life. And if I run out of the class, if I run off my yoga mat, if I run out of my living room where I do a Beachbody On Demand workout and I say, I'm too busy, I have to pick up my daughter, I don't have time to drink water, I'll drink it later, I'll drink it in the car, I gain weight that day, I overeat that day, I lose control over my eating that day. It just does not work. It's my personal rule I have to keep for myself, and I recommend to everyone, do not leave your workout space before you had your water first, because otherwise you leave your workout space and you go right to your post-workout snack and your post-workout this and the chaos of life, and it just gets to the best of you, and you never replenish that extra water you need from that sweat and that workout, and it can definitely lead to overeating. So my best tip for maintaining a healthy appetite while exercising, not overeating, not overcompensating, making sure your eating is still in control and well, is understand that when you exercise, you need more water. And for me, it's like the completion of the workout. The workout didn't happen unless I finished that water. And I've only been so intense with this recommendation by learning from personal experience that if I don't take it seriously, it's a mess. If I do leave the workout space without drinking that 30 ounces of water, and I make excuses and I say I don't have time and I say I have to run, it just doesn't work. I overeat. I feel out of control of my food. It just does not work. So that's my best recommendation for me, it's like a hard, fast rule for how to see the best results, continue to feel in control of your food and appetite, continue to have a positive mindset, and weight loss while exercising. I love you guys. Jill says, how much water the time you work out? I personally feel like if it's a 60-minute workout, it should be at least 30 minutes of water. If it's a 30-minute workout, it should be at least a 15-ounce bottle of water. If I do a hot yoga class, if I'm working out outside, if it's the summer and I'm sweating more, it'll be more. If it was a light yoga stretch, it'll stay that same. It'll never be less. It will never, ever be less. That's how I feel. Kelly said she's frustrated. She keeps losing the same up and down 4 pounds. She feels like giving up. Kelly, I hope you watched the beginning of this video, which I really talk about. Did you watch every single video in the 2B Mindset? Because it's very likely you have not gone through every video in the 2B Mindset. It's very likely you watched the first 5, the first 10, maybe the first 15, but you did not get through all 40, and every single video has another answer to unlock the next 2-pound weight loss. So you cannot be frustrated by your weight loss of the 2B Mindset if you have not completed watching and learning the 2B Mindset. So just know that I can't hear that people are frustrated. I can't hear or help anyone who's frustrated or wondering why they're not losing more weight if they're not putting in the effort and watching all 41 videos. And like I said in the beginning of this video, it doesn't matter if you don't cook meatballs or you don't cook salmon. I recommend you watch the recipe videos as well, because within every single one of those 41 videos has more tools and tips to lose and unlock your next 2-pound weight loss and get you not frustrated, but actually excited that you have more tools and you have more concepts, you have more understanding of how you're going to lose more weight. So you can't get frustrated if you don't put in the effort, because people can only help those who want to be helped, and you have to meet everyone halfway as a coach, as you know, as a person, as a parent, as a coworker to others. We can only do as much as others are willing to try to meet you halfway. And for me, I can't help anyone who isn't willing to watch all 41 videos and really understand every aspect of this, even if you don't think you're an emotional eater, even if you don't think you're traveling, even if you're not going to social events. You have to watch every video, because within every single video has more insight to help you unlock the next 2 pounds and lose more weight and have a better understanding of how you're going to do it with a positive mindset. So please, you can't get frustrated if you don't watch the videos. You can't help others who are frustrated if they haven't watched the videos. And like I said, we have not personal data. I don't see which person watched each thing. I just see overall numbers. And I saw that a lot of people watch the first 10 videos, first 5 videos, first 15 videos, but it weans. And in those weaning, the second half of those videos is where the next 10 pounds of weight loss comes into fruition. So you have to keep watching the videos before you feel any sense of frustration along the way, because that's just not fair, because no one can do that for you. Okay, the next thing I want to cover is point 3, how to compensate after overeating. So sometimes people feel like I overate, I gained weight, now I need to compensate by doing something extreme. Let me explain how I best compensate for overeating and seeing a weight gain, and maybe this will help you. If the scale goes up and I feel like I overate, I still eat the next day. We need to eat the next day. But you definitely want it to be a weight loss day. And one of the coolest things you should know at this point, after you've done the program for like at least 3 weeks or so, is that you should know you can always lose weight as fast as you can gain weight. So that's a really cool thing, because after my birthday, I went up a pound. I was kind of expecting it, but I knew my birthday was Saturday. So on Sunday morning, I was a pound heavier than I was the weekend, but I really wanted the pound to come off by Monday as the completion of my birthday present. So I knew I needed to make Sunday a weight loss day. So, and I know that I can. And I know if it wasn't a complete weight loss day and I get off the full pound, that's fine, but I wanted it to definitely go back in the other direction, right? So you can always lose weight as fast as you can gain weight, and you still want to eat every day, you still want to have a positive mindset every day, but there's definitely ways that you can ensure it's a weight loss day. And one of the best ways to ensure it's a weight loss day is to study your tracker. How well are you tracking? Because the better you track, the better you'll be. I mean, that's just a fact. Like, that is an absolute fact. I am so detailed with my tracker. You would be amazed at how detailed I am with my tracker. I'll post more days, I'll post more details, but I literally will write 2 cherry tomatoes off my daughter's high chair, because I had 2 cherry tomatoes off my daughter's high chair. And if I eat it, I track it. If I drink it, I track it. Everything gets tracked so I can learn. And I go through my tracker and I see, wow, that was a good weight loss day. That was 0.8 weight loss. That was a 0.6 weight loss. And I circle it, weight loss day, weight loss day, weight loss day. And I learn, what was it? Okay, dinner at 5:30. Awesome. I find really sticking to dinner and done, not having 2 cherry tomatoes after dinner, like really being dinner and done, drinking more water, not having the snack, having more snackable veggies in the house, sticking to a container of Greek yogurt and not the big tub of Greek yogurt that makes me overeat. Like, any insight I can pull, I gather and I pull. And anything I learn from a day that resulted in a weight loss, I declare and identify as a weight loss day. So if one day the scale goes up because it was a birthday or you ate out or you didn't drink enough water or anything, you're calm. You're calm. You're cool, because you know you can always lose weight as fast as you can gain it. And you know that after a few weeks of doing the 2B mindset, if you've been tracking well, that you have weight loss days to reflect on. And you can make any day a weight loss day if you plan for it. So how I went about Sunday is I drank more water and I referred back to all those patterns that really helped me lose weight. An earlier dinner, more snackable raw veggies around, leaner, more controlled proteins, more portioned out accessories. I didn't need my snack. I didn't need, just really sticking to what sleep, what works. And it's not like this insane workout program. It's not eating. It's just, what are those little tweaks that really work me? Not adding a lot of salt to my food, really using no sodium seasonings. And whenever I find a no salt seasoning blend, I always pick it up. The Gourmet Collection is a brand that has a few. And I stuck to those foods, and the weight comes off, because a lot for my birthday was just alcohol and sodium bloat because we ate out. So there's no overcompensating where you feel like you have to go into anything too extreme. You just refer back to your tracker, you pinpoint what works for you on a weight loss day, and you just make it happen that day with proper planning and tools. And then you could always lose weight as fast as you can gain it without doing anything too extreme. So that's what I really, really, really recommend. Anna asked how many ounces of the 2B bottle. It's 30 ounces. Okay, so that's how I recommend compensating. Nothing extreme. Just, refer to your tracker. What works for you? What's helped you lose 5 ounces in a day? We've all had a day that we've lost over 4 ounces in a day. That's a weight loss day. That's an awesome day. That day gets stickers on a sticker chart and glitter wherever you can put it, because that's a day that you want to learn from moving forward. So you just want to kind of keep repeating those weight loss days so you can learn best from it. And you need the scale to go up in order to learn what doesn't work for you. So don't be frustrated. If someone says they're losing and gaining the same 4 pounds, that should be exciting, because that means that you have a lot of data of what causes weight loss, what causes weight gain. And you should be able to learn something from it, because if you're losing 4 pounds one week and you're gaining 4 pounds the next week, and you're not constipated and you're not on your period and you're not eating a lot of salty restaurant foods or alcohol, then there's a lot you can work with. There's a lot of information there. Are you tracking as much water? What foods cause the weight loss week and what foods cause the weight gain week? You're definitely going to have a lot of cool insight in there, and things you can learn from. So go into learning mode and learn from that, because that will that should really give you a lot of insight. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to cover, because after this, I am talking to Beachbody about preparing for Summit, and I hope you're all going to Summit, so I can meet you there and see you there. So the last thing I want to cover is healthy mindsets. And I just want to talk quickly about my friend. So I have a friend who I've known for over 10 years who's really slim. Really slim. I've always known her. She's really into dressing well and looking good, and I've known her for 10 years, and I've always assumed, naturally thin, whatever. But no one is naturally thin past 20 is what I've discovered, especially if you've had a child and you're a woman. No one is no longer naturally slim. Past 20, even playing field. You probably know several people in high school or yourself who are teeny tiny in high school who are now not at all. So, you cannot rely on a good metabolism for that long. Eventually, everyone has to get it together and figure out how to eat and live well. And I was talking to this friend, and I'll call her Suzanne, and I was telling her how I spoke about her kid's birthday party on the last live, because she had a birthday party that I was talking about was like really chaotic, and it was like 2-year-olds and 1-year-olds banging on drums, and how I didn't want to eat at that party because it was not a calm eating normal situation, that you would be able to focus on the food, and how I just wanted to have the mindset of being there for the kids and my kids. So I was telling her that I spoke a little bit about her kid's birthday party to my amazing Facebook group. And she goes, "Oh, that's so funny. Who eats at birthday parties?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, and this is a girl I've always, always been small, always been really slim, healthy, not unhealthy, but just slim and in good shape, and caring about her body, and in a great way. And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "I don't think I've ever eaten at a kid's birthday party in my life." And she has 2 kids, 2 young kids. And so she's probably been to over 100 kids' birthday parties. She goes, "I don't think I've ever eaten at a kid's birthday party. Like, who eats there?" And it's so funny. It just didn't even come on her radar. And I started laughing because I was really realizing about how many people I've counseled for weight loss who tell me that they can't help but eat the pizza at kids' birthday parties. And she's telling me, I don't even look that there's food there. And that's just, it's such a different habit and mindset. And it was such a cool thing. Like for me, I really tried to adopt her mindset. And I naturally have the other mindset of, let me make better choices there, or, whatever. But it's so cool that she naturally doesn't have the metabolism, but she has the mindset of just a healthier body and behavior, which is like, there's so many screaming kids, it's so chaotic, the food is all cold and snotty with kids picking at it. Like, who looks at that as a period and time to eat? And she's right. And I've really tried to set myself up for that mindset by before drinking water, having my 2 hands on the wheel on a water bottle when I'm at kids' parties. And for her, it comes really naturally to think that way. For me, it definitely takes effort and preparation to think that way. But either way, we can all think that way. And thinking more like that can help you adopt a healthier mindset and body. And it's just interesting that you have to realize it really is mindset, not metabolism. And I've been saying it forever. And when I talk to these naturally slim people, I always find it's not that they have metabolism, it's just that their habits and behaviors are just more centered and focused on what would lead to just healthier body weights and lifestyles. And this is a girl who does eat pizza. This is a girl who totally eats pizza, likes pizza. If we go out to a nice restaurant together as 2 couples on a Saturday night, like, she will eat pizza and enjoy it when it's worth it. But she's just not going to scarf it down when she's chasing after kids and trying to talk to people and listening to, you know, whatever the entertainment is, because it's not an eating opportunity. And I just think that it's really interesting to note, if you know somebody who is naturally slim and you always focus on being jealous of that person or whatever, if you talk to them more and more, you'll probably realize it's not that they have this unicorn magical metabolism that you feel like they could eat cake and not gain weight. You'll probably realize that they follow just more of the strategies that I talk about in the events video and in the travel video. Are like, they prioritize what they love, or they just try to eat when they can really enjoy it. And they try to compartmentalize, so they're not stress eating or emotional eating or distracted eating. They're eating more like when they can appreciate and enjoy food, be full, be satisfied, and move on. So I think it's just something interesting to think about and talk to people about, because you'll realize more and more with this program, it's less about food and it's more about mindset. And if you're so frustrated with the scale, it's because you're not focused enough on the tracker and the journey. And anytime I find people are too frustrated with their weight loss, it's because they're too focused on the scale and the number and not focused enough on the day-to-day realizations and aha moments that you're getting. And the more you're focused on the process, not the results, the better the results become. So I really, really recommend you go back into tracking with detail, with mindset. One of my family members has lost like 16 pounds now, 3 weeks into the program, 3 or 4 weeks into the program. And he's doing so well. And he's brilliant. And he's still open to learning so much. And he sent me notes and insights from week 3. And he wrote in it things that seem obvious. But nothing is obvious unless you're aware of it. Nothing is naturally obvious. There's too much going on, too many distractions in life, that we can't just assume obvious things. We gotta take the time to learn. And he sent me notes from after 3 weeks of the program, after he's lost, I think, like 16 pounds, or 4 weeks of the program, lost 16 pounds. And he wrote to me, 1 point, I realize I lose more weight when I start the day with water and not soda. Yes, obviously that makes a lot of sense. Obviously that makes a lot of sense. If you start the day with water, you will lose more weight than starting with diet soda. But you know what? This is like probably one of the smartest people I know on earth. And he literally had to write it down to become aware of it, because nothing is assumed. Nothing is obvious unless you're aware of it. And that's why tracking is so critical and key, and having a positive mindset open to learning is the most important aspect of this program, because you can never get too cocky, too frustrated. You can never quit. It's a journey, and you always have to be open to learning. And you have to be investigating your habits and behaviors to find these little insights, to find these little tweaks that work for you and that don't. So please stay positive. Please keep watching the videos. Please, if you're exercising, keep finding the workout regimen, routine, time of day, amount of water you need, amount of intensity that works best for you in order to continue to eat well, feel good, and keep losing weight if that's your goal. Please just stay healthy-minded, stay positive. I love you guys so much. I have to go talk to Beachbody about Summit. I hope you're all going to Summit. If you haven't booked a trip for Summit, book it now so I can meet you. I will hopefully be there Thursday, Friday. I won't be able to be there the whole weekend, just so you know. Melanie says, wait, Tony says she's had a couple bad weekends in a row, good intentions, but bad habits. They spent the first few days getting back to where I was. You're frustrated, but you can't be frustrated because you have to learn from yourself. But honestly, it's self-sabotage, and I'm the only one to blame and the only one who can fix it. 2B Mindset works. I love you, Tony Wilson Williams. Just so you know, you can lose weight on the weekends. You can lose weight on the weekends, and weight loss weekends are the best. And I find Sunday has become a great weight loss day for me, because I find family dinners and barbecues really tend to happen earlier, around 5, and I really try to have a good cutoff and drink water and not eat later, and I really try to go to sleep as early as possible and as much as possible Sunday nights to prepare for a better week. So you have to make and plan for a best weight loss weekend. I love you guys. I got to go. Come to Summit. Watch all the videos. I love you guys. I love you. Have the best day.